And so I think that's where people go wrong is they're like, oh, yield farming, you're missing out on, price appreciation or the bull run. You would have been better off just holding it. What they don't understand is you can have the best of both worlds in a lot of different ways. So you can be in pairs, in liquidity pools, in pairs that are correlated, that can both go up in value. So you're getting price appreciation. You're earning daily cash flow. So you're also making money every single day because that's real. Buying and holding something and hoping it goes up, that thing you're holding, it's not an asset. A lot of people are like, oh, I own a bunch of assets. Well, until you sell it, you don't know if it was an asset or a liability. If it goes up in value, it was an asset. If it goes down in value, it was a liability. I want things that pay me every single day to guarantee that they're assets. And so I'll be in positions like, this one here. Let me make myself small for a sec. I'll be in positions like these ones here that pay me $160 per day or $50 per day. These are assets. They pay me every single day. Then I can take this $220 and I can either buy more OVN Arrow, or I can find undervalued assets that I want to hold maybe for the long term. And you look at my portfolio and it's also up $163,000 this year. And that's not fully accurate because I hold a big chunk still on Tangem and in different web wallets because Ledger can't hold everything. But just for this example, who cares the amount? That's $163,000. That's more than I used to make work in 6 years. But that's not guaranteed. This can go up as quick as it can go down, and a lot of people, unfortunately, are stuck in that cycle. They lose the crypto game because they ride it up, and then they ride it back down. Sometimes they're worse off than when they started. And so as of right now, everything I own in my bull run bag is an asset. And I have taken some profit, which again, this isn't accurate because I've taken at least 40 grand profit from my bull run portfolio. And I stack it in stable coins and then I redeploy it. Some people think I'm insane. The bull run's so early. You could make so much more money. It's not real until it's locked in, until you've taken profit. And so here's 163K. Again, inaccurate. It is a lot more than that. But for this example, it's fine. It's an asset because I took profit. It would be a liability if it was in the red because I lost money. This is an asset. It pays me daily and it also increased in value. This is an asset. It pays me daily. It increased in value. This is an asset. It pays me daily and it increased in value. These are assets. I think a lot of people are making the mistake in crypto, and I see it freaking all day long, that are buying some, God knows what they're doing, ICO drops because they think they'll make 10,000%. And so they put $1,000 in. They wake up the next day, it's worth $5. Then they're like, crypto is a scam. Or they buy Bitcoin because all the hype is around it. Like Bitcoin, depends how you look at it. Is it an asset? Is it a liability? I'll leave that up to you. But by definition, if you buy Bitcoin at 60 and it drops to 50 and you sell it because you're sick to your stomach, it was a liability. It cost you 10 grand. Now, what if I get into a Bitcoin and an ETH pool and it's paying me a daily income? I don't really care about the price fluctuations of the two assets because I'm holding it long-term anyway. And so if I buy Bitcoin ETH and I put whatever dollars, put $1,000 into the pool and it drops to 900 because the price of Bitcoin or ETH drops. Okay, I haven't sold it, so it's not a liability. Or if it goes up to $1,100, I haven't sold it, so it's not an asset. But because it's paying me daily, it has now become an asset. It's kind of like owning a bunch of real estate. The price appreciation is just a small bonus. Well, some people play it for that game, but for most people, it's like, no, we don't care. If the apartment is worth 200 grand and in 5 years it's still worth 200 grand, but we've been cash flowing the whole time, that's a pretty good asset. And that's how we see this. That's why we make money. That's why our members win. And that's why if you follow this philosophy and you get out of the group think of crypto of like, oh my God, it's going to the moon. And you just get diligent with taking profit daily, which liquidity pools literally force you to do. And then stacking for the long term, undervalued. And again, I'm careful with my language, undervalued assets. Well, if the asset keeps going down, it's not an asset, but just for ease of simplicity of communication, undervalued assets that we're going to hold for the long term. And we don't care if the markets dip. We're not that emotional because we're making cash flow over here. I'm so passionate about this because this is changing people's lives, and some people are still sort of resistant to this idea because they're looking theoretically, oh, I could earn more if I just held it. Well, that's theoretically speaking that you bought the bottom, sold the top, and that you actually sold it. Most people don't. I would rather get paid daily. And that's the game we're playing. That's the stuff we build. And that's DeFi as a business in a nutshell. And it's what we built the entire Underdog investor group around. And it's what we do with everyone. So, take it or leave it.